Welcome to the Dragon's Tome, issues 83, and we're here to talk about a Dragon magazine chronologically, one episode at a time. Issue 2. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. My name's Rob.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Chopper.
We're here to discuss this wonderful magazine with this famous cover, Checkmate by Dennis Beauvais, March 1984, by the way.
Bye-bye.
March
Look
84,
at that.
famous cover, Checkmate, with the black side destroying the white side.
Yeah.
She zapped her,
Well,
but good.
I only see white side though. Right? You got a black dead pawn. I'm assuming he's a pawn. You got a black knight. You got the black queen. You got a black bishop, and then
Yeah.
you got the white queen. Where's the rest of
The king's still over
where's
there.
Where's her backup?
They're all dead. That's why it's called Checkmate.
Oh,
But you can see the pieces. There's a white queen piece and there's a white queen, presumably. So I don't know what's going on, but I
Maybe it's
looked
double chess.
double chess. Did you invent double chess when you were a child?
Just right now.
There's also a face in the clouds.
Yeah, and if you look closely, it looks like the lightning is coming from his eyes.
Oh yeah, it is. It's you know what it is. It's remember that game back in the day, Battle Chess on the old computers, where it would
I love
animate
Battle Chess.
the
Archon.
moves. Archon, yeah.
Archon. Yep.
I
It
love
would
that
animate
game.
all the moves. Maybe this is a visual representation of that game. So the guy in the clouds is actually just the user. It's like Tron. Tron came out 82 maybe.
Yeah.
So Tron's been out. So this is
82 or 80, I think.
yeah something like that. Anyways, yeah. So this is a famous cover. This is Checkmate. It's I think it's the striking colors, the black and white. It's like contrast. It's
Yeah, it is. It's a good contrast to colors there. It's not dark, not light.
The more you look at it, the more you see. Like the queen has 4 arms. There's like when I first saw
Oh yeah,
this
I
one,
didn't even notice she had 4 arms.
So I had to look and see who did this. I was so
and the knight
impressed.
is riding a seahorse.
Yeah.
Huh,
And
that's a weird thing for a black knight to be riding.
he's like Black Mantis.
I thought he'd been riding like a nightmare or
Manta.
something.
Yeah, who knows? That's just what the programmer put in there. Who knows? Yeah, cool cover. Anything else to say about said cover?
No.
We'll move on then to who's first. I think we'll go for Jack first.
Why, thank you, Rob. I appreciate it.
He's not wearing red, so he goes first.
Let's go down to page 4. We're not going to go too far.
So far. Oh,
Declaration.
are you going for the editorial?
The editorial. There's a little quote here where Thomas Jefferson's bastardized. We're going to go down. This is the. Go back to the Wayback Machine with us. We've been doing this for a while. We've been following the saga of the Ares magazine. The Ares magazine that they purchased, the company that made it, have published. And this is now based on, I guess, sales. Well, he says sales. They were expecting the Ares magazine to grow in sales, the sci-fi version of Dragon magazine to parallel Dragon magazine. It failed to do so very quickly. I think we looked it up, and it didn't seem like
because Pat was saying that I remember it until whatever, but it's because he remembers it in this magazine. So
Yes.
So it was not a long time.
it didn't last long. They killed it pretty quick.
Yeah, the magazine itself by itself.
So now we're going to have Ares magazine within the Dragon magazine.
There's a section, extra section, which is before we were talking about how they said, oh, we're not going to publish all these modules. This is the reason I think that they had to make room. They knew even back then that Ares was dying, so they had to kind of make room for Ares. It says from this issue is only 84 pages, but I think from now on it's going to be at least 96 after Ares comes. So they're adding up.
Still $3. It's not like they said.
I'm
We're
curious to
gonna
see
add
when
a
Ares
dollar
comes
on
in.
and-
Is it going to be more expensive when Ares comes?
You're
Is this
get two magazines for the price of one, people.
I think this is also the one where he's like, he continues on page 54, I think so it'd be 56 in the PDF. He actually says something I was like, wow, what an asshole. He says, we're giving either you can get Dragon Magazine or Strategy and Tactics Magazine instead of Ares for all these people who paid for Ares, or a cash refund. And then he's like, we didn't have to do that. So some companies do, and they stop publishing. They don't pay their debts. I'm like, you're still a company. You're not going to business. You have to pay the. You don't. He's like, yeah, we're just doing it to be nice. That's pretty much what he said. I was like, fuck you.
Maybe when you inherited that other magazine and let it die.
Yeah, I might have given it a more. My read was a lot less scathing than that, but now that you've said it, yes, that is.
That's when it comes across.
Like, oh, okay, yeah, we got this for free out of an acquisition, and we're trying our best. But you're right. It is like
asshole.
It was kind of a so
backhanded, like, yeah, here we go. We're giving you. Look at this. We're being so nice to you, even though we're taking away what you loved.
Our generosity knows no bounds by removing something that you've grown accustomed to having. Yeah.
A thank you would be just fine.
Yeah, I had a generous read that was not that, but now that you've said
it. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm the host. I was like waiting for someone to say something. Patrick, what's your first article?
We're going to page 12.
12 facets of gems.
It's facets of gems.
Color gems. Look at these beautiful colored pictures of gems. Did you know what a banded agate looked like? I didn't.
No.
And now I still don't. It's kind of.
This was a very, very long article.
Very, very, very long article.
But I tackled it because, again, I got sucked in a little bit because there was a nice info about gems in the beginning. So if you want to learn about gems, this is a good article.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Goes to page 21. What page did it start on?
12.
So, yeah.
And I learned a little bit about this when I was shopping for my engagement ring, about color and inclusions and all that stuff, when I was shopping for Sarah's diamond.
Oh, I was going to say for your engagement ring.
No, for Sarah's engagement ring. When I shopped for a diamond, I wanted to make sure I got a good one. And so I needed to know what terminology.
Was it cut and clarity and carat?
Yes.
The 3 C's?
Clarity, yes. So.
I know everything I know about diamonds from De Beers.
So. Yeah, well, no, I mean, I learned something. Then the guy was good enough to help me.
And after all that, you went with cubic zirconium anyway, so it's not
because
glass. It's just glass, Jack.
I couldn't get a blood diamond.
Should have gone with De Beers.
Smuggled out. Well, I hate to break it to you, Rob, but
that's what I said. They should have. If you wanted a blood diamond, that's where you go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But. I mean, this article was long, so I don't recommend reading this unless you really want to.
Did you name your dog after Jasper/Spotted?
No, because Sarah named Jasper.
Maybe she named it after Jasper Spotted.
Yeah,
he is a Jasper.
There's a lot to know about what these things look like, and
is your next dog going to be called Moss Agate?
His name. I'm actually going to name my next dog Tofu.
Okay.
Because I think it's funny,
especially if they're white.
So while this is, like I said, I enjoyed it, there's a lot of things here that you don't really need for D&D, because there's a line in the article which is that you should be willing to just suspend disbelief when it comes to this description of the gems.
All I know is Jurassic Park is based off this article because amber containing insect. Dun dun dun.
We just did a couple weeks ago a one about plants, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. This is I'll give this the same argument. If you wanted to flesh out a
gemologist.
Well, yes.
Yeah, 100%. Or even like I would bash on this. Actually, the best part of this article is I want to know exactly what obsidian was, because everyone knows kind of what it is, and I wanted to know exactly. But this I enjoyed this article.
Well,
This is probably one of the best ones that I've read in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it too, and it's very, very long. But as far as for a D&D, probably not necessary.
it's just one of those things where they're like, yeah, I know a lot about rocks. Let's put it into a D&D article.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that being said, this is something that I would enjoy. I don't see everyone else enjoying this, especially if you're trying to add it to a D&D game. You know, that's all I'm trying to say.
Is that all you're trying to say?
Yeah, I'm not saying the article is horrible because I enjoyed it. I just don't recommend it for anyone trying to put it in a D&D game.
Yeah,
so when you say I've got you find 16 topaz that are about the size. Yeah, how much is that in GP? Just
well, that's my experience with gems. People are like, how much is that in GP? No one ever said to me, "Well, what does it look like?"
Yeah.
It's blue.
It's pretty.
That would go with my armor. Maybe some inlay. No, okay. I just need how much it's worth.
Yeah. I didn't even write down. It just says gem. It doesn't even.
What do the spots look like?
I'm not even writing down the name. I'm writing down gem and the price.
And if there's more than one gem, it becomes gems, and then the price.
Price is
So.
Oh, nice gems you got there. What kind are they? 1,000 GP.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get more in depth if you wanted to, but honestly, it's not worth it. But the article is full of information for.
There you go.
Whatever.
My first article of sorts is a short story on page 28, and it's the introduction of little-known characters called Caramon and Rasslin.
You know what the funny thing is this becomes the chapter 1 in the book. That's called The Tested Twins.
Yep, Tested Twins. This is the first ever fiction of Dragonlance by Margaret Weiss. It's probably Weiss, but I say Weiss.
It's before Tracy got involved.
Well, I'm sure they're all together. And it's this is the beginning, and there's a little side note on page 29. Dragonlance, a story of wonder, a saga of adventures, a new world of fantasy.
Yeah, the actual book Tested Twins doesn't come out till 86.
Yeah, so it starts talking about Kryn and how it's different and how there's no clerics because of the cataclysm, and it tells a lot about Dragonlance in this little thing. I was never really into Dragonlance as a kid. I had friends who were big into Dragonlance. I never played Dragonlance. We didn't play Dragonlance because it got too. It was very different.
Well, for the lack of, I mean, I hate to sound it like this, but it was because we played Forgotten Realms, but it got too commercialized very quickly.
It was. They really pushed it. That's for sure. There's comic books.
Yeah,
there's
and
books.
I think this is why we didn't like it as much because it was. We got hammered by it every corner. And
the fiction was there's books upon books but
the fiction was great. But then you get hammered with D&D and then more, and then everyone wanted to be a Kryn, or everyone wanted to be a Kender.
Yeah, Kinders are only good in eggs.
I mean, the same could be said about Dritz in Forgotten Realms. Like, he was a great character and a great book in the beginning, but then everyone wanted to be a drow.
When those came out, the drow for sure. But yes, it's an interesting setting, and it's a different setting, which is first new real setting since we got Greyhawk, really. So.
Yeah, I do enjoy the no cleric part.
Well, there is clerics, but they're rare.
Well, yeah, they're coming back slowly but surely. But everyone else was a charlatan.
What's her name? Moon
River, I think.
No, not Moon River. Anyways,
I think it was Moon River.
No, it's not Moon River.
Moonstone,
something like that. I remember.
Glow Moon.
There was some art with her and Rastlin.
Save it. Next issue.
Why?
Because next issue it's going to come up.
It can't be this story I'm going to tell.
I think so. About the pants?
No.
Oh, what's your story? Sorry.
No, maybe I will. I don't know for a fact.
Does that come up? Does that come up next issue?
Yeah, next issue. Well, this issue has. We'll get to ads. Save it, people. Come on.
Stop reading ahead.
Gold Moon. I knew I had Moon in it. Jack, what is your next article?
Mine was the gems. So until we get to ads, I'm gonna have to bid you adieu. We let you
Pat.
do your thing.
Oh, I didn't know. We could have spoken more with the gems.
Oh, I did. I had no problem. I pontificated.
Pat just didn't listen to you.
No, I did listen to him because we both agreed it was a good article.
Yeah.
No, that's not what he said at all. He said it was the worst article he's ever read. What are you talking about, Pat?
I said it was not good for.
Anyways, please,
Page
Pat.
22.
22. My arm hurts. You're annoying me so
show.
much. Jack, I'm amazed you didn't do this one. Since you used to punish me with these goddamn things.
What
Page 22.
22. I was too concerned with your shoulder, throwing your shoulder out in anger.
I did throw my shoulder in anger. Sturges.
So the Ecology of Sturge. This one also by Ed. So it goes in depth. It's a nice little breakdown of the creature.
Jack scarred me by these fuckers.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much in here that none of us didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I literally have a fear of birds now.
the only thing we didn't know is that Jack terrorized Rob with Sturges.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ed didn't know
punished
that.
my poor little child, my child character with Sturges. I'm trying to save everyone and getting beaked to death.
Exactly. So, other than, I guess this is probably the weakest of the ecologies I've read because there's not much new in here that we didn't already know.
How much more can you say about a bird that likes to peck people?
Exactly, but what do you? I mean, when it comes down to it, he just makes them sound like giant mosquitoes.
It's pretty much there. Yep.
Yeah. So, but again, it's in the form I like.
You think that they're not scary until they come in huge, like
book.
Like the movie The Birds, where this coming in through the cracks in the ceiling.
Maybe I did scar you.
You think? I tried to start a fire to scare him off, and then it rained.
So that's my article, The Ecology of Sturge. This is by far is one of the most common monsters that anyone who's played D&D has fought.
It is
some more than others. Some who are still.
I think Jack added it. Jack added them in because it wasn't 20 years later. This was only like 5 years ago. Jack added in because they weren't that common. I think, right, Jack? You like chose something. You're like, we're not fighting rats. They're fighting birds.
Yeah, there's a lot of meme.
I fought a lot of Sturges in my time. I'll be honest.
Really, there's a lot of meme D&D monsters that you'd see on, repetition. I didn't think the Sturge was one of them, but hey, every table's different.
There.
Yeah, some
that's
people.
Right. I actually thought Jack invented these goddamn things, so I didn't know. Anyways, my turn. We're gonna go to page 57, I believe.
Oh, that's my nice article.
Yeah. Well, you get into this because mostly I'm my comments on this is AD&D hand to hand was awful, first edition.
Yes.
And this new system makes supposedly to make it faster is convoluted and clunky, and it doesn't help in any way.
See, I didn't think it was that bad.
See, I knew you'd think that because you're dumb.
No, because I can read.
No, I
mean, it's really just two systems. It's a punching and then a grappling.
No, there's punching and kicking and grappling.
Well, the kicking and the punching are almost the same system.
It's convoluted. I'm pretty sure they fix it eventually in AD&D, don't they?
I don't know. I think they fixed it in second edition.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I don't remember it being this annoying. But also, again, how often do you actually do hand-to-hand fighting? Right? Unless you're a monk, and monks have special rules anyways. It's nothing to do with this, so.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of. I mean, unless you did a lot of bar fighting.
Yeah, which my bar fights always had swords, so.
Yeah.
Or clubs.
So, I didn't think it was as convoluted as you did. I thought it was an all right system. It was better than the system in D&D, that's for sure.
That's not saying much, yeah. Because that system, even Gygax said that system sucks, so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I lumped pummeling and kicking into the same thing because it's almost the same thing. And then grappling is just you pick a move and then you see if you can pull it off. So it doesn't seem that hard to me.
it just added. Like, you don't need to add more stuff to D&D. That's all. AD&D.
Yeah.
Just use the regular combat. Why do you have to add all this weird stuff?
I mean, we did some bar fights, and then there was also, if you wanted to earn some money, you can do the local boxing match.
Yeah, gladiatorial fights. Yeah.
This is where this came in.
I guess so, but yeah, I didn't like it, but I'm glad you did. I'm glad you found it enjoyable.
Yeah,
it was a large article, and I believe we've already had one that was much better earlier on, like episodes ago. I remember having seen one that was.
I was thinking the same thing when I read this. I go, I think we read one that was better than this one.
Yeah, maybe that's
since I can't remember that one. I'm gonna say this one was okay too because I'm only working with what I got in front of me.
And it's like you say, it's better than what was in the magazine or in the actual books. Sure. Jack, you're tapped out. I am tapped out also. Pat, do you have any more?
Yep, that was it.
So we'll go to ads. There is one big ad in this one I know of. Might as well get it over with, right, guys? Page 70. Dragonlance. A terrible representation of the cover to the first module. You can barely see what's going on. I think there's a dragon there. I think there's. It's very dark.
Well, this is still a teaser.
I saw it. I guess so. Is that what it is?
It is still a teaser because in the next one.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, or did they just learn their lesson in the next one and be like, oh, maybe we should actually publish it in color? But yeah.
No, because it doesn't even give you the name of this, like the other one does.
But yes, Dragonlance, full page ad, waste of space because you can't see what's going on. But hey, it's causing a furor. Anybody else have any other ads though?
Jack,
I do.
Oh, perfect.
If we want to go down to 71.
Yeah, it's right here. I can just scroll. Raffam
Company.
Flint
and Feather, never heard of it. It's probably just a line. I don't think it's a game.
No, I think it's just a bunch of minis.
Now there's a game that's I think it's Warlord makes. That's all about the French Indian Wars.
But not only are the Native Americans from our area that we've, Rob and I, since you're knee-high to a grasshopper in school, you learn all about this, the history of this. But the miniatures are good for the time.
Look at that boat. That's awesome.
Yeah, birch bark canoe with
I make fun of these old miniatures, but I think these look awesome.
Some of them look good.
Good pictures too. That's another thing.
Well, that's helps. Not like that stupid ElfQuest. I bought 2 sets already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I haven't posted them yet, but I'm going to post them soon.
How do they look in real life? They look better?
They look good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
The thing with the ElfQuest guys, they were always weird shaped anyway, so these look like actual humans.
Very much so. I'm impressed with the ad itself, the artwork. I'm impressed with the miniatures.
I think these are really 28 mils though, because they seem small.
Oh, everything back here is all 28 mils for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah. I think I said it before. My first Shadowrun miniatures, and they were like so teeny because they were true to the eye 28 mil.
How far is Cambridge from you guys?
It's not far. Probably an hour.
Yeah.
Raffam's famous though. Raffam eventually does other stuff, but yeah.
Well, maybe we'll go there and knock on the door and see if it's just a house.
Is that short for Royal Air Force Montreal?
No, but
quite,
I don't know.
Quite not possibly.
I wonder what it is. I've never questioned what Raffam was. It's obviously a.
I wonder someone's last name.
Anagram.
Raffam Miniatures is still around.
Really?
Is it that address? You should go.
I'm checking. Oh, it doesn't have an address. Oh, it does. They have a phone number. They don't have an address.
Oh.
You can contact Brock at raffam.com, though. Ask him where he lives.
Brock.
But
he's got a 1984 catalog for $2 still.
See if he's got the molds for the Flint and Feather. I might be.
let's see if
that canoe would be that alone. Just getting the canoe itself would be a nice little figure to have.
Ooh, Raffam Cthulhu miniatures.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to see me looking through a catalog, but.
Yeah, who's next then, Mr. Host?
Yes.
Anybody else got any more ads?
I have one.
Sure. What page?
Okay.
10.
RPGA again. You just wanted to.
RPG... No, because this is different now.
No.
No. I'm not just going to tell everybody that I was ranked high in raffle.
I know what you're going to say.
I know what you're going to say. You're going to shit on the RPGA because it wasn't available in Canada. But this is where I started to get my subscriptions to Dragon Magazine through. Because I would do the plan 2, where I would get my membership renewed and then get a year's worth of Dragons Magazine.
Can we see this? Raffle. Flint and Feather. Still making the miniatures. Look at that.
Really?
Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to show that. So, Jack, you might have to check out that.
No. But my job is the comedy. Yours is the
now you're going to be the purchaser.
helming the ship, keeping it, and we have the resident money bags who sits upon his hoard. Am I gonna?
Jack's hoard consists of one Iroquois miniature.
There's an Iroquois with the shield there. I was like, I can get that. I'd like to paint that.
There you go.
They are from our region. They were the bad guys of our where we live in.
Ixnay on the ad guys.
Okay, yeah, they did. Yeah.
Anyways, Pat, back to before we get in trouble here. Back to the RPGA.
Well, I'm done. I already spoke.
You have to explain this more.
I want to explain more. I said this is where I started getting my subscriptions for Dragon Magazine. I moved from mailing them directly to paying my yearly fees.
And you get Dragon?
For a year.
That's cool.
And then you're playing for Clan 3 and 4 is for you guys.
Because we're foreign. $14 a year. It must have been nice. I must have had a subscription to Dragon because I had them all the time and I never would have gotten to a hobby store enough. So I must have had a subscription. But I seem to remember it being a lot more than that.
The plan 2 was a good buy because it's a 10-year for the year, a tenner for the year, and it was $34 for a year subscription to Dragon. You get them both for $30.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Good deal. Any more ads, Jack? You got any more?
No.
Patrick, any more ads?
That's it. This was a headlight for me.
Yeah, it was ad. We're back to the beginning. Then we'll say thank you for listening to this stream of consciousness, unscripted. We're not stepping over any picket lines if the strike is still going on at this point. But yeah, it's been issue 83 of Dragon Magazine for March, wasn't it? March 1984.
March.
Please like, share, subscribe, comment below. Tell us what RAFM stands for.
I'm just gonna ask Brock.
Email Brock and ask him what RAFM stands for.
Brock, send us a catalog.
Yeah, tell him that we talked about him on the show, please. Oh God, if that happens, if we get Brock on our ass, we're be in trouble. Until next week, I've been Rob.
And I'm Jack.
And I've been Chopper.
Bye-bye.
I will say, though, that we did say they were nice-looking minis, so...
Yeah, we were actually kind to Brock, and we assume he's alive since his email is still on the webpage.
Yes. Yeah.
I wonder if Brock was alive when... We should ask him that. Were you alive in 1984? That's a question.
I feel like Brock might have been one of those big bodybuilder guys, too.
His name is Brock.
Yeah.
I assume he's cool.
You cool, Brock? You cool?
Yeah.
Comment below if you're cool, Brock. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.